Adrian, great to see you. Thanks for being with us and congrats on your first book. Can you tell us a bit about the work of our hands, Cree Meditation on the Real World?
Yes, absolutely. It's my first book that I've done. I'm a new author, so I'm really excited to get this book out and working on it for the better part of about 4 years now. So it's been quite a bit of time spent sort of shaping the stories in the book, and I was able to touch on a lot of different things, like growing up in Attawapiskat and what that looked like for me. And I think most importantly, it reveals a dimension of this place that most people have probably never seen before.
Why did you want to share your story and write a book?
Well, it's something, that's kind of been in the back of my mind for a while now. Just being out there, I think, on the land and having that connection to the land, always felt special to me. And going out there, I thought there were some experiences that I felt that were worth sharing, I think, with other people. And I thought maybe they could, maybe perhaps learn something from it, or could relate to it in some way. Particularly, what gathering fresh water looked like for me as a child and growing up, and to, doing that throughout my whole life. I thought it would be interesting to kind of explore that a little bit more deeper.
I think a lot of Canadians might maybe only know about Attawapiskat through Crisis or something like that. What are you hoping that readers take away from the book and your experiences?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with your point there. I think people know Attawapiskat for chaos and crisis, and I think there's no doubt there are issues here, and there are hardships. But I think people need to look past the mold on the walls, and if you look a little deeper, you'll see that people are actually active participants in surviving, raising their children, out harvesting. They're in a rhythm of living life up here. And I think even though you have a hard life, it doesn't mean that you can't experience beautiful things. At the same time, I think those two things can coexist.
A lot of Juno nominees might move to Toronto or a bigger center. What's kept you in Attawapiskat all these years?
Well, I think it's the biggest thing is having that connection to the land. I think that's the biggest thing. I don't stay here for the politics, and just having that peace and just being out there. It's always been something I hold close and dear to my heart, and I just find it would be really hard to find anywhere else, like in a big city.
I wanted to chat with you about something else you recently did, the song I'm Not Afraid, written with youth from Attawapiskat First Nation as part of their Choose Life program. Can you tell us about that experience?
Yeah, I know. I went into Attawapiskat First Nation about a year ago, over a year ago now. We started going in and visiting their Choose Life program, and they have a group of youth there, teenagers that were really into this songwriting workshop that we kind of took in there. And that's the first time I've actually ever done anything like that as an artist, and it was something I absolutely enjoyed doing, and was. I think when you go into these communities, it's hard to know what to expect. But the kids were very giving, they were very expressive, and they were very excited to be a part of it all. And we had such a great time. And I made sure that they led the songwriting, and started to reveal that started to reveal this trend about being connected to the land and being out on the land. As you know, in the far north bands, a lot of communities are still out actively participating in harvesting activities throughout the year. So that was very obvious in early on in the writing, and then that kind of sort of went with that theme, and we came up with this wonderful song.
Yeah, Attawapiskat, same thing, going through a rough period right now, and often in the news for those types of things. So the video was great to see. It looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, we had such a whole load of fun there for sure.
Good stuff, Adrian. Well, it was great to see you. Congrats on the song, and of course on the new book. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you, Dennis. Thanks for having me again.